Okay, so that's the flare system that we were looking at a couple of days ago, and he's moved all the way around. The sun's rotated, and it's now just getting to the edge of the sun. But what I'm going to show you today, because I've been watching for the last 45 or so minutes, is the evolution of these boys, which has been absolutely awesome. So I'm going to post this in real time, so you can see just how much these two solar flare systems evolve over the period of merely about half an hour. And it's approaching the edge of the sun, so it's rotating around behind the sun. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to get much. Yeah, it sort of dropped way off in contrast there. But yeah, I can just about see the flares coming out. I might try and tune that up a bit later, but that's not what's impressive. Let's see what's coming around the new side of the sun, shall we? So this is rotating around, and look at that. So those things are certainly bigger than the Earth. Oh, look at that. So I'm going to do some video of that, but I'm going to start my stopwatch at this point. And we're actually, going to come back to those boys in about 20 minutes time, so we can do a side-by-side comparison of what they look like. In the meantime, I'm going to go take a look at the rest of the sun. Look at that, boy. See, this is the amazing thing about the sun, is almost every other body in the solar system doesn't change. I mean, the moon, all right, you get different shadows on it, but it's the same moon underneath it. Venus, you never really see any details. It changes its phase, but it does so over months. Jupiter rotates, and it's always interesting, but you can watch Jupiter rotate significantly over the period of about 20 minutes, and the features change over the period of days, but again, none of it changes as dynamically as the sun. That was a bird. It was a very high bird. So with the sun, you can see it change in real time. And as you see, I'm getting a bit better with the this is the bit that's actually rotating around. Oh, there's another bird. My God, these birds are a long way up. So right, I'm going to leave the pressure tuning where it is for the moment, and I'm going to go away for 20 minutes. Unfortunately, the tracking on this telescope is nowhere near set up well enough at the moment to be able to hold. Oh, come on. Those birds are clouds. They're birds there. And they could be insects. There's little black things going across the sun. Right. Yeah, so at the moment, if I don't do any tracking, you see that it drifts. If the tracking is well set up, that's a slight breath of wind. But I reckon even as it stands, you can see that it's moved from where it was before, both in this part here, and that looks kind of different. I mean, this is a fairly dynamic flare system. So there's a trick that you can do for getting the image much better. All the shimmer of the atmosphere you can remove. Oh my God, look at the loop structure on this boy. So whenever there's a slight breath of wind, it moves the telescope, or if I touch the telescope, there's quite a vibration on it, and The one that's the real killer, of course, is the shimmer of the atmosphere. So you can get rid of a lot of that digitally. And so what you would do if you wanted a really nice time lapse is you'd shoot the video constantly, and then you would sort of combine, I don't know, 1,000 images or something, and use a sort of stacking process to get a much nicer image. The amount of look at this, that's gorgeous. Now, this is a really weird solar flare system. Normally, it's actually moving. Like I was saying, the really dynamic ones you can see move in real time. This guy looks pretty active to me. There's a lot of birds getting across as well. I think that's actually moving. You know, that this is arcing over. So there's been a long battle. Almost always the human eye was a better observational instrument than anything electronic, but now that's just not true with digital eyepieces like this. These eclipse what you can see with the eye simply by virtue of how much you can change the gain and contrast. I think that's arcing over. Alright, let's go take a look at pillars. All the controls are wrong. This one doesn't look like it. Well, maybe it's come down a bit. This after just 5 minutes. See, I don't want to, if I start messing with the pressure tuning on the telescope, the appearance of the flares will change. So I can't do that. I've just got to leave it rolling for the moment. Those are beautiful flares. I think this guy's shooting out this way. But like I was saying, it's really rare that they shoot out like this. Usually they're all in arcs. So what is more normal is this sort of thing where you're getting the loops, or you know the loops that essentially go to infinity, which are basically they look like pillars to all intents and purposes. I don't think I've already ever seen anything like this before. It's weird. Okay, let's go and take a look around the rest of the sun. So this guy's a little arc system that goes, yeah, exaggerated. It's an arch going that way. This one is an arch just coming off this way. Fantastic flare system there. Time. It's almost 10 minutes now. Yeah, so I think that this guy is actually unfurling here. Like I said, it's actually so fairly difficult to tell. Nah, it's definitely longer than it was. So virtually all of these things on the surface of the sun are magnetic in nature, which is why they almost follow, well, they follow these field lines, magnetic field lines. That's why this is so weird. It's kind of fun, the shimmer, so opening up the little arch at the bottom there. This has changed as well. One of these has gone down, I think. It just mirrors that arch system brightened up. Yeah, I mean, this is a real hook now. That wasn't a real hook earlier. That's a weird shape that. Yeah, earlier on this was a smooth whatever, and now it's got a real crab-like more look to it. So quite often it's the way that the solar observing is best in the very early morning, and here I am out out at about midday, where obviously, oh wow, now it really is moving. It's very active in this region. There's this little black bit that's sort of appearing from nowhere. Not quite sure why, but yeah, this is actually shot out. I mean, at the beginning it was just a little. Try and focus a bit more on this. Let's be risky. Let's try for a bit of focus. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. So this is my big plan for this year. I want to get a nice time lapse of the most powerful thing in the solar system. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I might try and just stack all of this up actually. It's a shame that I've not got that. To align the telescope's actually quite difficult to do during the day because it needs to be really precisely aligned, and difficult to do that when you can only see one fixed object, which is the sun. Birds up there. Oh, you can see this. Oh, this you can see moving in real time. You see the arch coming across here. The arch spanning between the two. That wasn't there. Oh, that's amazing. So this has all been over the period of 15 minutes. Oh, that is super active, that boy. I mean, if you think about it, these are movements on the size of planet Earth. If you were to go into space, you wouldn't see movements like this looking down at planet Earth. The only thing you would see is it slightly rotates. Not only the most powerful thing in the solar system, maybe the most active as well. Okay, let's take a look how our other boy is doing. Oh, and he's moved as well. Remember at the beginning there was just this little black arch? Look at the bird! The little black arch has got much bigger now. Much bigger. Oh, I'm excited by this. Bitches, I've got a meeting in about half an hour. So I'm gonna go. I don't want to leave these things. They're beautiful. Yeah, so this thing was actually a sort of hook / question mark about 15 minutes ago, and now, not even 15 minutes ago, about 5 minutes ago, maybe 10. The other downside is you can get sunburned doing solar. Look at how much it's changed! So the Earth, if you were to put it on the surface of the sun, would be slightly bigger than that hole there. And he's changed again the shape of this neck is, I mean, previously it was just a nice little symmetrical whatever. Now you got this in here, and it's becoming a much more, oh, a wine bottle neck type shape. But to make it kind of fun as well. Check the time. That's beautiful. This has changed as well. This is different than it was earlier. The whole thing is actually starting to fade. This is all starting to fade and come back down again. Let's check out the other flare system. This was the one I thought would be the active one. And there has been change here too, but this guy is falling down again. This actually come up a bit. And there's change on those guys as well. He's fairly active. Oh wow, we're coming into an area of large atmospheric instability. You see how shimmery the image has gotten. So you can do this if there's a hot object or something relatively locally. It puts off lots of, well, it's basically the differential in the temperature of the air makes it act like a lens, which is what gives you all that shimmery behavior. And it's kind of stopped again. This is broken off here. There's a black bit in here now. You see it? This is brightened up. I think I might try and make a time lapse out of this. Just manually recentering it all the time. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to do, but I can give it a go. Atmosphere's become still. That's gorgeous. Okay, I was going to pressure tune it up and take a look at the rest of the sun, but this is just so awesome. And it becomes shimmery again. So if I had to guess, what you're looking at is, it's probably something like there's a road nearby and there's lots of hot air coming off the road, which will be all shimmery, and occasionally there's a gust of wind up there that moves that hot air across in front of the sun. I'm just going to take a look at some other solar flares. Oh, this is very different now. This is all falling down, but it's falling down as a giant arc. And this is almost completely. Initially, there was just this little black bit at the bottom that was sort of popping in and out of view, and now it's clearly levitated all the way off the surface of the sun. Hey, it's Burning Man! It's a Burning Man! You need some imagination to see it. It's Burning Man without a head. It's a Burning Man without a head, and he's standing next to a burning stick. And if I remember rightly, there wasn't that guy in the middle there earlier as well. Oh, he looks new. Oh, I don't remember that guy being there. This one. And that is just how active the surface of the sun can be. Right, so 24 minutes now I've been watching that guy. And it's all opened up. I mean, it started off as just a little cusp, and now it's this huge, long, elongated maw. And crab-like. And this is almost completely separated off the end as well. Not as impressed by the birds anymore. Yeah, this is new as well. This wasn't as clear earlier. Yeah, that's evolved a lot. That's evolved here, yeah.